A very good morning, my dear students of class 6. Today in biology, we'll be taking chapter 2, the cell. This is the second part, and here we'll be studying about the number, shape and size of different types of cells. So here on the screen you can see various types of cells. Some are circular, some are biconcave, some are thread-like, some are spindle-shaped, some are branched. Okay, so one by one we'll be studying about all these shape, structure and number of cells, starting with number of cells. So basically they are divided into two, unicellular and multicellular, one-celled or unicellular cells. The organisms which are composed of only one cell are called unicellular organisms. An example it's amoeba, Chlamydomonas and Paramecium. So here in the diagrams you can see this is amoeba, which is made up of single cell. Same way Chlamydomonas and Paramecium. And on the other hand, we have got multi-celled or multicellular organisms. If the organisms are composed of millions of cells, more than one, they are called multicellular organisms. For examples, we have got rose, tiger, human, insects, birds. Okay, so in the diagrams you can see the rose plant, a bird, tiger, all these are made up of millions of cells, including humans. So on the basis of number, organisms can be divided into two, unicellular or multicellular. If they are made up of one cell, they are unicellular. If they are made up of more than one, they are multicellular. In multicellular organisms, cells have different shapes and sizes. So here in the diagram you can see various shapes are there for the cells. Some may be round, spherical, elongated. Some cells are long and pointed at both the ends. This one, Marshall cell, you can see this is pointed at both the ends, and this type of cells we call spindle shaped cells. Cells sometimes are quite long and they transfer messages. These are the nerve cell to control and coordinate the working of different parts of the body. So here you have got the nerve cell. In your book also, textbook also, nerve cell is there. You have already drawn it. Amoeba has no definite shape. This is amoeba, okay, and it doesn't have any definite shape. It keeps on changing its shape, so we call it irregular in shape. Same way, just like amoeba, we have got white blood cells also. They also can change their shape. RBC in humans are biconcave. This is red blood cells, RBCs. Biconcave means structure where they are concave on both their sides, as if they are pressed in the center. So it's a disc shape structure, okay, and it is biconcave. That means concave from both the sides. Muscle cell is spindle shaped and allows movement of various parts of the body. We can jump, we can walk, we can run, dance. All these things are possible only because of the muscle cells, because they have got the ability to contract and relax. They become bigger and shorter. Okay, now let us see various shape of the cells. The first one is irregular in shape. They lack fixed shape. Example is WBC and amoeba. So here in the diagram you can see amoeba. It keeps on changing its shape. Next one is oval. Organisms with oval shape, example is Chlamydomonas. Okay. Next is oblong. These organisms are made up of oblong cells. Example is Paramecium. Elongated or spindle shaped. These are elongated. Contractile cells, that means they can contract. Example is muscle cells. So here you can see why they are called spindle shaped, because both the ends they are narrow, and in the center, in the middle, they are broader. Okay, so this shape is called spindle shaped. Then some may be of thread-like. These cells are thread-like. Example is nerve cell. So here you can see it is thread-like and branched. Okay, so this is nerve cell, which carries messages from the sense organs to the brain and spinal cord, and same way from the spinal cord and brain to the various sense organs. Now this activity was given in your book. Study the shapes of different cells under microscope. So this is microscope. So if you observe the permanent slides of amoeba, Chlamydomonas and blood cells, then you will observe the following things. Now let us see this. The shape of amoeba is extremely irregular. It keeps on changing its shape. It doesn't have any definite shape. That is why we call it extremely irregular. We can see a dark nucleus and other smaller structures in its body. So this is amoeba. Can you look at the nucleus? Okay, now here you can see in the center you have got the nucleus. Nucleus is the one which controls all the activities of a cell. So this is also called the control center of the cell. And this is pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, podia is legs. Okay, so false legs. They keep on making their pseudopodias and removing it in order to move from one place to another. So pseudopodia is the locomotory organ for amoeba. Next one is Chlamydomonas. It is oval in shape. You can see here it is oval in shape. It is bound by a membrane and has two thread-like antennae as well. So here you can see two antennas, and these are called flagella. This is also the locomotory organ for Chlamydomonas. Now, in the blood cells, you will find the red blood cells which are biconcave and disc-like. So these are the ones. Okay, they are disc-like and biconcave, pressed in the center. From both the sides, they are concave. The white blood cells are large and irregular with distinct nucleus. So here you can see the white blood cells. Okay, they also have the ability to change their shape, and what they do, they protect us against the foreign bodies or the disease causing germs. Conclusion: different cells have different shapes. Okay, and they have got various functions as well. Now let us learn something else about this Chlamydomonas. It's a green algae. Okay, it is found in stagnant water or fresh water or damp soil, and it is also found in sea. I have already told you they are used as indicators. Okay, when they grow more or they grow less, that shows that how polluted the water is. So on the basis of their growth, we can find out whether water is polluted or not, and the type of this, they decide what kind of pollution the water has. Okay, that is why they are called the indicators, to find the level of water pollution caused by toxic metals because of its simple structure and sensitive nature. So all the toxic waste which are dumped into the rivers and water bodies, because of that their growth is either more or less. On the basis of that, we find the level of water pollution. Okay, Now size of the cell. Most of the cells are very, very small, very minute, and you cannot see them with your naked eyes. The cell differ in size, and the measuring unit is micron. Okay, 1 micron is equal to 1,000 of a millimeter, mm. If you divide 1 millimeter into 1,000 parts, one part is a micron. So some of the cells are not even 1 micron, they are so small. The average size of the cells, it ranges from 10 to 30 microns. RBC, which is smallest cell in the body, and bacterial cells, they are from 0.2 to 0.5 microns in diameter. That means not even 1 micron. Most of the cells are very, very small in size, and we cannot see them with naked eyes or unaided eyes without using any lens. So it is only possible for us to observe these cells with a microscope. What microscope does? It magnifies the objects. So here it magnifies the cells, and then we can see them. But some of the cells are big enough, we can see them with our naked eyes. For example, egg, the egg which we eat, chicken's egg, okay, that we can see with our eyes. Nerve cell are the longest cells, they can measure up to 3 meters. Okay, now here you see the red blood cells. Now you must have understood this very, very clear, what is biconcave disc shape. Okay, so here you can say this is disc shape and this is biconcave. Both the sides it is like this only. Okay, and this is what? Ostrich egg, which measures 23 centimeter. It's so big, doesn't fit, may not fit in your hand also. Okay, it's so big. Okay, so this is also a single cell. Okay, with this we have come to the end of this topic. Okay, so have a great day, stay home and stay safe.